Hi, I'm Dami from e-learning channel Museum. How's your practice going? Is it getting along? Or do you need sometimes to finishing up the lesson 1? Maybe after a long break, you need sometimes to come back. For me, it was the same thing. It used to take like 6 to 8 hours to do editing, but after a long break, it took like a whole entire day to editing my songs. You don't have to wait until you finish lesson 1. Just add another song. That should be fine too. Today, we're going to play a very famous classical tune, the Symphony. With this songs, I added chord names. C means C chord. Whenever you see this letter, you will play the notes that we have learned. And with this C chord and adding a couple more notes, and we will play the beautiful tunes. Now let's see how it goes. This song is from New World Symphony by Dvorak. It's in the second movement. This is very beautiful melody line. And it goes slow too. And it played with the oboe. Actual song goes like this, but I rearranged it to make it a little easy. So leave it out some of the hard chord and made the song again with this using C chord. So we will today start with this song using the C chord. Now, if you're looking at the score, it looks really complicated. There's lots of lines and some chord, and first of all, it's longer than before. But if you look carefully, it just has two parts. First part and second part, and last part is almost similar to the first part, a little bit different, the ending. So it just repeats back again. Now the left hand is pretty easier. It has a C chord, and after that it has only G note, and then C again, G, and C chord. So if you're looking at the score, and do you find the C's, that means that's a C chord. Why? Start from the C and build it up the note. So that's the C chord. So whenever you see the C signs, that means you have to play C, E, G. Now the last note is either G or F or G or F. Except the very last line and second measure, we have G from stepping up, A. That's the only one exception. Except that we only use a C chord or G, F. That's it. So left hand is pretty easy. Problem is right hand. Right hand also is not really hard. The hard part is you have to shifting hands from C chord to treble C position. So that one we'll talk about later. But for now, let's see right hand only first. Now let's find hand position. It starts with E, finger number 3. So where is the hand position? Middle C, D, E. That's the one with finger number 3. So you place your hand on finger number 3. And this song is slow. And also it's first time. So I will go slower than it usual. Okay. Now let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. E and skip up and repeat. 1, 2 count and skip down. Down. Middle C. 2 count and step up. Up. Skip. Skip down. And D. 2, 3, 4 count. And second line, Same as the first line. 1, 2. Skip down, down, down to C. 2. Step up, down, C, C, 2, 3, 4. Up to here. That's the part A. How is it? It's okay, right? So as long as you know the E, D, C, it's okay. From E2 skip up and E2 step down. So mainly it's start from E and going up and down and up and down. So see that way. And if you are not comfortable playing it, then practice a couple of times this part. And move it on to the part B. Measure 9, the third line, is starting part B, new part. Why? Because it's changing hand position. Let's see, what is the first note? It just start with second space. So F, A, right? And starting with A with finger number 3. So from C2, you have to move it on to A with finger number 3. Shift it as fast as possible. Now let's start second part. Still in slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, go. A, skip, same note, 2 count. Step down, skip, step up, 2 count. Repeat, skip, step down, skip, step up, 2, 3, 4, and then same note, skip, 1, 2, step down, skip, step up, 2, same, skip, step down, skip, step up, 2, 3, 4, up to here. That's the part B. Part B is a little bit confusing because of the stems. Do you know what is stems? Stems means note and the line that attached to the note. If you're looking at beginning of the part B, A, and it skips up. Note head is skips up, but stems goes down. That's why many people confused. It seems like a note's going down. No, but note head is going up, so you have to skip up. Don't look at the stems. Stems are only tells you what is the beat. Is that whole note or half note or quarter note? It doesn't affect any note high, note names. So you have to look at note head instead of stems. Okay, don't care about stems going up or down. Just look at the note head. That's how you're supposed to see it. The melody line is pretty simple, but the stems make you confusing. Up to here is part A and B. So you just take it out, this part A and B, practice a couple of times, and when you can play it well, then move it on to the last part, which is ending part. Ending part, the measure 17, is exactly the same as part 1, the very first part. So let's see how it goes. Find hand position. Ready? Right hand only. 1, 2, 3, go. E, skip, repeat. 2, skip down, down, C, 2, step up, skip, skip down, and step down, 2, 3, 4, and then next one, E, skip, 1, 2, here. Now, let's find it. It's kind of far, right? How you gonna find it? Third space. Do you remember the space note name? F-A-C-E, face. So that's the third space, F-A-C. That's the treble C. So how are you gonna go? After this, move it on with finger number 2 and drop on the C. That's the part. circle the part with red pen, and you have to practice a couple of times. 1, 2, and then moving on to the C, finding hand position as fast as possible. That's the key. Okay, so now let's start again. Measure 21, that line. Finding the C, you have to remember. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. E, G, G, 2, and shift it up. Step up, 2 count, and step down, down, up, and the next note, what is it? It's kind of far, again, not skip, more than skip. Second space, do you remember? F, A, so it's gonna be A here. Got it? So you can play it that way, or count down. How many down? From line, space, line, space. That way you can find it too. But the next note is A on finger number 1, and skip up again. 2, 3, 4. So the very last line again, you take it out and practice a couple of times again. Now, before we add it left hand, I will just go over with one thing. If you're looking at the score, the left hand, and C chord at the beginning, and you will see the lines. What is the line? That's we call tied. Tied means you're not gonna play it next note. Instead, you hold it, the note, for the value. So let's see, for example, C chord. First, the C chord is 4 count. And then next to C chord is exactly the same note and 4 count. Then how you gonna do it? Hold it for 8. 4 plus 4, 8. You remember that, right? We went over the times from previous lesson. So you have to keep holding. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4 count. 2, 3, 4. So you have to hold it 8 count. This time, let's move it on to the playing both hands together. Now let's find hand position. Right hand starts on E, left hand starts on C, building up the chord, the C chord. Got it? We will go slow. 1, 2, 3, play. Skip. 1, 2, play only right hand, left hand keep holding. 2, down. 2 count, and this time left hand play a G only, and the right hand step up. See it? 1, step up, skip, step down, left hand keep holding, and then right hand step down. 2, 3, 4, and drop again everything. You just leave it both hand and drop at the same time. C chord and E. Skip. Repeat. 2, and the left hand hold it, and the right hand skip, down, down. 2, right hand step up, left hand again, G, do you see it? Step up, step down, C, and this time again, right hand repeat, and left hand leave it and drop at the same time. 2, 3, 4, A, skip, repeat, 2, and left hand step up, right hand step down, so opposite direction. Skip, step up, 2, and the left hand step down. Skip, step, skip, and left hand repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now exactly the same thing. We repeat third line. Again, third line and fourth line is the same. Okay. Skip. 1, 2. Step up, left hand. 1, 2, and step down. Skip. Step down. Skip and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last part, coming back, right hand to E, and left hand is C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. skip down, step down, C, 2, and now right hand is D, left hand is G. Step up, up, skip, skip, and right hand step down, left hand keep holding, 2, 3, 4, and leave it and play it again. Skip, repeat, 2 count. Now let's find hand position. How are we gonna go? This is challenging part. Right hand C with finger number 3, left hand just slide up, thumb like this. Got it? Do you see it? From G2, just slide up. Step up, up, 2, left hand, skip down to F, and right hand is a step down. Step down, step up, and this is note that we talked about, A. And now this time is a little bit challenging. Listen, right hand is a skip up, left hand is a C chord. How are you gonna go? Right hand you have to keep holding, but left hand you can go like this. So only the last part, right hand keep holding and go to C. Don't leave it, because if you leave, the melody line will be break it up. So just keep holding and go. Left hand is from F2. You can go like this, or leave it and go. This time, we're going to play whole entire song in regular tempo. The regular tempo is still in slow speed. Let's see. Find hand position, E and C chord. 1, 2, 3, go. 4, 2, 1, 2. Right hand shift it up. 1, 2. 4. Come back to E. 1, 2. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now right hand shift it to C. Left hand F. 1, 2, 3, 4. How was the lesson? It was pretty long, right? And also has a lot of combinations and even shifting hands from C to moving up. So I guess the very last part is the hardest one. Take it out the part, practice, and edit both ends together. And if you're still struggling playing it for the lesson 1, then just keep practice. Edit this song by part. Don't get stressed. You don't have to get stressed with this lesson. That's okay. It's just you're doing for fun. Basic course was really easy, and now we're learning the chords part, which is a little bit complicated. We play many notes at the same time, and right hand start moving up and changing positions. Maybe after a couple of lessons later, we will add eighth notes and more chords. Then it will be more complicated. So don't get stressed out from now. You're too early to be stressed out. Just practice slow. And if you aren't ready, you can take 2 weeks to practice it. That's fine. You just practice previous song and add it next to one. And by the time when we move it on to the lesson 3, then you'll be okay with lesson 1. Then leave it out and working on lesson 2 and 3. And by the time lesson 4 coming up, then you can just leave it 2 away and then practice 3 and 4. Or sometimes you can practice everything 1 through 4. So don't be upset. Enjoy your practicing, and if you have any question, let me know. Then I will help you out how to practice it. Or sometimes, even with little problems, you're messing up many times. So I will tell you what is the problem, then it will be okay. I hope you enjoy practicing, and we'll see you next week. Bye.